What is going on, everyone? My name is Boyd and I am back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning the left side of the map in the red color, playing as Oranos. His name is Moloch. Spawning today in the blue color, playing as Zeus, is GodSerena. This is a best of 3 for DOD Kilties Spring 1v1 Smurf tournament, one-day tournament. That means the idea behind this tournament is to try and get every single game played in one day and see how far you can get through it. Wait, what is this? GodSerena? Hello? Wait, what? Oh, I'm not watching a record again. I was like, why are there no villagers queued? How are villagers popping out? All right, that's fine. We're going insane. It's been a wild day. Cool. I like seeing the split up, especially when it's not extra walking distance. It means you don't have you always have that food coming in, but in reality, I think it doesn't ever matter too much. Do you know? Cool. Oranos versus Zeus. We've seen this matchup quite a bit. Generally speaking, what we see on this map is if it's super high hunt, we see an Athena rush. If it is low hunt, we see centaurs. We try and mass centaurs and try and keep them alive. And if we can get centaur completely, just like a large amount of them, then it's really hard for the Oranos player to win, especially if you can pick off their heroes from the Valor. Yeah, all the heroes. And here we go. GodSerena taking down Moloch's Oracle with the daggers. Does not want to deal with that at all. Some goats picked up. Catastropus idling around. Moloch bashing away at his gold mine with his mana, not getting villager blocked. Very, very important. Also found his caribou at the back, so he's got double caribous. It's actually not a bad hunt map, but it is a one Auroch double caribou ghost lake. So it's not quite considered like, it's just kind of a medium hunt map. It's like a high hunt map. If you get the double 3 ball, then that's kind of considered high hunt. You can go for the Athena rush, but with only double caribou, unless you can steal away your opponent's caribou, which is not likely given the spawns, you probably don't want to go Athena here. But we'll see what GodSerena chooses. And that'll be it. Temple coming up now for Moloch. It's going to be a 430 for him, and GodSerena also going for the temple. So it's looking like Hermes is the option. 2 villagers building this one up. And GodSerena getting the scouting done. Generally speaking, with Zeus, you can kind of scout the entire map in the first 4 minutes of the game, or 4 minutes 30 of the game. So you never scout your back. This is perfect. You want to scout it with your goats, and you scout all the way around to here, and then you back into here, and you're totally fine. With your scout, you want to do a loop kind of like this, bonk, like this. And then bonk, and then you just keep doing the loops, or you do the first loop and then you go straight to your opponent's base, scout that, and then they do the middle. But that's it. Okay, how are we going for the technologies? We're seeing Hermes and Prometheus. So I guess no surprises there. Hand axe is coming out. Relics are Black Lotus. We love seeing Black Lotus. I feel like it feels so good when you have it, but the actual impacts of it aren't that crazy. So you get extra 10% black farming, which obviously it's going to have some effect, but I don't think it's going to be that much. We do see that the Jason's out harassing the citizen and using the Catastropus to path block to allow Jason to get some more hits in here. We do see that the Promethean's in here as well to bash away at the Catastropus who's trying to pathing block, but getting this citizen low HP is really, really big because it means that the centaur that are going to come out are going to do a lot of damage. And we do see that the Promethean retreating back to the base, going to be pulling this Jason in, and he's going to start losing some HP. But he's going to get out of there without too many worries there. And we are in the classical age now for GodSerena. And the centaur pumping out. We're seeing double centaur right now for GodSerena. And that's that. Hero Terma coming in. Why is my name over here? Why does this feel weird? Someone explain to me how I'm in the game, but I'm not in the game. Is this some sort of like black computer magic? Super weird. Alright, Centaur moving forward. Terma are moving forward as well. What do you use the bolt on? Just on a Mermilla here, I guess. That's actually standard. And the Centaur trying to get away from here. We'll be able to do so. We've got food over here. Man, I contribute resources. This is wild. Probably even talk to the guys in the game. Alright, double stable up for GodSerena. So he's going to be going for Hippocon Centaur here. And Moloch gets the Black Lotus. Just got to feel really good for Atlantean. I mean, it feels good for everyone, but for Atlantean specifically, it's a flat 10% increase as opposed to everyone else who, I mean, it is a 10% increase, but it's not necessarily a flat 10% because you have to account for walking time. So that's that. And we are continuing. We've got the we're looking for some raids over here. I actually really like GodSerena's villager distribution here, and the houses over here kind of reminiscent of the house walls from Age of Empires 2, but basically they're all back, and there's lots of line of sight to see Moloch coming in. And while he's raiding over here, we're going to see Moloch go for GodSerena, but he doesn't know where to raid just yet. So he's going to be going for the house, but he can't walk through the tree. He's going to walk in here, and we have already got a response from GodSerena to force Moloch out. Doesn't even do any damage. We've got Centaur and Jason coming over here, and GodSerena has managed to survive one shockwave so far without losing any Centaur, which is absolutely gigantic. Now, picking off a Mermilla there, or doing a little bit of damage. GodSerena needs to hit like 5 Centaur. Once 5 Centaur come in, then you can one hit a citizen, I think. I think that's how it works. I'm not sure, but whichever. We've got the Centaur moving forward now for something to do. All of the citizens look like they're right underneath a manor, and we're seeing from Moloch heavy food here. Heavy food indeed, so not sure if that means going straight to the next age. Doesn't have an armory up. He does have an armory up, so it's looking like he's going for a semi-fast heroic, going to try and rely on Hyperion to pick off some of these Centaur, which obviously it will, but if GodSerena is smart, you want to keep your, when you see a Hyperion, you keep your Centaur very separated from your main army. That way he has to choose between whether he wants 1 Centaur or 4 units, as opposed to both 1 Centaur and 4 units. So you try and keep them separated as much as possible. So we'll see what he can do. He's kind of gathering outside a little bit here, but this is a hero citizen, so no real stress here. Going to see the Promethean. May as well pick that one off. Gets that kill there, and very, very huge. Promethean turns into a very, very small 2 Promethean. Feels good. Feels good. And we do see Hyperion coming in. So this is 1 town center fast heroic backed with a 2nd town center off the bat. Well, that's what we like to see. And here we go. Nice Moloch chasing GodSerena around. Doing all the good stuff. Hyperion's here now, and the instant chaos. I mean, obviously, like, GodSerena would not know about that. He's got the Odysseus to pick off the center and everything else falls, but now he should have a timer. I think it might take a minute for it to come back. I'm not exactly sure what the cooldown on it is, but there's one left. Someone tell me what the cooldown on chaos is, because I can't tell. But you should, I mean, obviously you should know what it is. Maybe if I click here, and click here. If it's mod, does not have the cooldown there. Unlucky. And there we go. Huge shockwave. Going to pick off even more centaur. Really big there. As we said, it's all about keeping the centaur numbers low. If you keep them low, you can deal with them. Once they get to a max, like a large amount of them, then it starts becoming really difficult to even pick off any of them, because you can just run the ones away that you're attacking and then attack with everything else, and it becomes really difficult. But we are seeing GodSerena trying to get some trades here. He's more grabbing plow, but still in the next age. We're seeing a second town center coming through for GodSerena as he's trying to fight this one. Pulling his centaur back. Centaur dying in the front as well. Those hero terma do look like they're getting picked off, and it's looking like GodSerena is throwing away a lot of units here. Currently 73 population to 91 population. So Moloch doing a lot of work currently. And chasing away those Molochian terma. Doing some nice jobs picking off those heroes though. That's going to allow him to continue pumping these centaur for a lot of damage. So that's actually quite good for GodSerena that he's picked off all of those heroes. You gotta keep those alive, otherwise it's really bad. But GodSerena now coming in. He may be able to find this citizen over here. And he's running straight there, and he's gonna find it, so he's gonna be able to take down the manor. And then go from there. Surely he just bashes away at it. It is a hero citizen, so it takes a long time to die, and he's not going to get the repairs in there. His army's out of position a little bit. Satyr coming in. Got some more units getting built out here. Let's see what GodSerena can do. What I'd like to see GodSerena do is try and grab 3 town centers, or just boom really heavy on 2 town centers. This town center is really good because it kind of grabs this gold mine. It gives you a place to fight under and pump out heroes into the battle as soon as they die. And then once you get the 3 town centers, then you can just boom to the Mythic age and try and make something happen there. But if you sit 2 town centers, you can kind of do the same thing. It's a little bit less efficient, a little bit slower, but we'll see what happens. GodSerena has got a lot of resources in the bank. And my exclamation 2 doesn't work. There it is. Moloch looking like he's trying to get to the next stage. Nice citizen pick off there. But, I mean, it's only 2 town center Atlantean, so these citizen pick offs are still, they hurt quite a bit still. So, nice job there. A little bit of a raid coming in. Going to try and pick off a villager. Gets instantly retreated though, and he is going to fall. Doesn't get into the sentry tower. A little bit unlucky there. And we're seeing GodSerena chasing around at this point. Alright. Medium Mermillo are out with some catapulties to deal with those Hippocon. That's what we like to see. Oh, now I got the military academies. I like seeing the hoplite coming out because there's none of the units that that Moloch has counter hoplite. So it's really it's a thing. You make them and they do good. But now Odysseus taking down all of these chaos units, hitting another centaur. Doing nice things. The palace coming up for Moloch, trying to secure this town center. Villagers moving forward. Has run out of gold in his base. He's got a little bit left. But the Mermillo do spot the villagers here. It's looking like GodSerena Just waiting on the 100 food to build the town center. Very, very close. You could just cancel these. No, there we go. Town center coming up now. We've got those Murmillo coming in. But GodSerena needs to secure this location, basically. And the town center's coming up. We got the centaur coming through. An awful lot of these Murmillo are coming in. What are they going to prevent this? Tartarian Gate comes down. Ceasefire comes down. Town center's up. Temple comes back up. Are we going to the next age now? Shaft line coming through. GodSerena is still low on the resources, but that ceasefire, not sure exactly what it accomplishes. You're not going to be able to pick off this Tartarian Gate very easily. It's very early Hecate from Moloch. 15 minutes with a full pop army, it's looking like. Yeah. So I guess that's going to allow him to make some push into here, and the Tartarian spawn are like chilling over here. I think this is too far for them to actually attack, but they walk as far as they can, and they walk back to the Tartarian Gate. So moving his Hippocon back to his base to deal with this gate. Getting his Odysseus here as well, and he's going to go for a raid with these centaur, and he's spotting the villagers. We do see a mana trying to come up, but GodSerena just ignores it. He does have some citizens he can kill here on this wood block over here, and we're trying to pick off this location. The Tartarian spawns are not that good. I don't think he picked off any citizen there, but he's still looking around to try and pick something off there. Found a villager. Villager gets garrison. Nice micro from Moloch. The Tartarian Gate just about to spawn. Villager's under a little bit of duress right now, getting targeted. But the Tartarian Gate just about to go down. Odysseus can clean up all those Tartarian spawn. And we'll see what happens. We've got some watchtowers now coming up for GodSerena. Kind of realizes that if he secures this location, then he should be in a good position to win this game. And we are seeing only 3 Murmillo chasing Hierarchus as well. But the population difference here is like 4 3-pop units versus 6 3-pop units. So, wait, are these 3-pop as well? Yeah. So it's a big difference there. In terms of what the defensive stuff he's leaving there. We do see Lampade's coming in. Odysseus comes out. Lampade could chaos these and not microing them away at all there. Does manage to pick off one of them. Now the Centaur can actually just focus down the Lampade and he'll be totally fine because it's a little bit out of position. He's managed to grab that one there. We have Fire Siphon pumping out onto this town center now. GodSerena in a bit of a pickle. Got no resources in the bank. Going through Apollo though. And Moloch is at full population, spamming out some sentry towers, and GodSerena taps out. GG, well played by Moloch. Serena felt like could not come back there, and that was just too much. Moloch played that one nicely. I loved the 1 town center Hyperion into 2 town center semi-fast Mythic Age with the Tartarian Gate to secure this whole location and then allow him to attack, set up the Fire Siphon. Really nice play there from Moloch. We'll jump into game number 2 shortly. Thanks for hanging out with me, and we'll get that one going very, very soon.